Hello, amazing people. Sorry for the late start. I had my phone this way and I put in the description and then I turned it this way and the description went away. And guess what? It's still not there. So I am not entirely sure what is going on with Facebook Live tonight, but I will just have to add it later, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I see there's about 3 people here. Hello, hello. Let me find myself, right? Here we go, live. And so then I can see your comments. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. Okay, so there we go. Hi, Jean. All right, so my name is Elizabeth Giles. I'm coming to you live from the Stampin' Unicorns Craft Room here in central Wisconsin, which is Marshfield, for those of you who know where that is located. I do a Facebook Live, try and do it once every week, typically on Tuesdays. I did have just some things to do yesterday, so I moved it to today. And, oh, so working this day. Nice. Yes, working never stops. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sandy. It worked. So I'm hoping to kind of see how this platform goes. I created an event and then I'm coming live from the event and it's supposed to be live on my Facebook page as well. So we'll see how it all goes. Hey, Kathy Larson. And we'll go from there. So next week, for those of you who haven't followed along or don't pay attention, next week is election on Tuesday, and we are driving to Madison, not because of the election, but because Brian is donating a kidney on Wednesday. If everything turns out okay, he has to go in on Sunday, so he'll drive down on Sunday to have a COVID test, you know, that whole thing. Hi, Jan. And so he'll have the COVID test, and then pending everything's good, he will be one of 5 people donating a kidney. So there'll be 5 recipients and 5 people donating. So it's like a 10-person chain. So just crazy. Jan, remind me, was I supposed to send you something? I don't remember, and I'm just having a flashback moment right now. So I'm sorry. That's how it goes. If I don't write it down, it is gone. So tell me and I'll write it down. I've got a notepad right here. Speaking of notepads, oh my gosh, I didn't share with you guys. Like, who here loves TJ Maxx, right? I love TJ Maxx. And not that I needed another, like, thing, but I bought this really cool journal, right? It's just a really cool cover. Okay, good. Oh, that's right. It was a Park and Rec thing. Never mind. See, now I remembered. But it's just a regular journal, you know, but I love the spiral bound ones because you can flip it all the way open. And as you're riding in a vehicle or something, you can make notes or do what you want. And this was just like, so, oh, that looks so weird right there. I see the reflection in my phone. But yeah, Kathy, I know you love TJ Maxx. Yeah, so I didn't need another journal, but I have another journal. So I'm planning to kind of use this. I always like to have a special thing, and this is going to be my journal to try and see what goals and accomplishments I have for this year for being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It's going to be hard, you know, with the whole COVID thing and doing stuff, but I'm looking at doing like an online bingo where we would do it through Zoom. I would mail you packets for your cards and stuff like that. So hopefully things turn out. I loved the bingo that I had here last year. Those of you who were here, I know you had a good time, and I really wish we could do that again. So this is going to be my like goals. Like, it's always good to write down your goals, right? And have some place to do that. And your ideas. Because, you know, I mean, I turned 40 this year. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, that's not old. But like, I've been through having my kids. So even though I'm only turning 40, I've had, you know, all three of my kids. Plus I had, and this is probably TMI, too much information, but I had a total hysterectomy. And so I've gone through menopause, and it's just like, sometimes I don't know if that's what messes with my brain, but just crazy stuff. So I have this journal for a goal, and so I want to do like these events and these ideas, and so I'm going to be writing them down. So if you guys have any ideas you want to throw at me, you just let me know. I'm totally open to whatever. You know, I'm pretty easygoing and relaxed. But anyhow, so that's what, yeah. And it's okay if you're a demonstrator, if you're not a demonstrator, if you use other people's products or whatever, you know, I'm that easygoing. Gosh, what else this week? It hasn't even been that long, because I think I went live Thursday. Hey Roz. So I am working on doing swaps with demonstrators, and I have a whole bed full of swaps. It is so cool. So I cleared off the guest bed, and it is just filled, lined with swaps. So that's really fun to get those packages in the mail every day. Let's see. Let's just see what anything new with the kids. Jeremiah's at bowling tonight. Yeah, he goes bowling on Wednesdays with my dad and my uncle and some cousins and just friends. So he'll go to EML, which is Edwin Memorial Lanes in Roselleville. And he usually has the $10 all-you-can-eat wings, and then they do bowling. So that's fun. Trent, yeah, if you guys remember, Trent has been on furlough from the Marshfield Clinic, and he got called back in officially this time to work. So he did start back. He is going to school for IT, and so he had an IT internship. So he is ecstatic. And let's see, Alex. Well, Alex was here last week, if you guys remember, came back from college. And so he is back at college and just doing what college kids do, I guess. He's been working at Walmart, but he hasn't been getting hours, which is strange, right? You would think there's hours at Walmart now. Thank you. So he's going to apply for other positions around the campus. But it's not like, you know, I mean, we make our kids pay their own tuition. I feel that if they're paying for it, they're going to work harder. They see the value in it. So they are paying for it. So he does need to, you know, have some income, but he can always do that in the summer too. But, and then Brian's just doing Brian. He went down for his blood work yesterday to Madison. And, or not yesterday, Monday. I'm so backwards. And so he hasn't heard anything bad about that. He got, you know, like a goodie bag, I guess you could call it, for from the Donate Life. And so that's kind of the family updates. I don't know. What else? My cousins got married this last weekend. That's who we made that card for. I still have to mail it. See, I love making stuff and then I don't mail it. Do you guys do that too? I don't know what my dealio is, but like literally, I just found this. This is the card that I have for my grandma, and it's got lottery tickets in it. So I'm going to have to send her this. It's full of lottery tickets. That was for her birthday. We forgot it when we had a little gathering for her birthday. And my mother-in-law's birthday is at the end of November. Can you guys believe that next week is already November? And we have to do this fallback thing. I mean, it's better than spring ahead. Like, do you guys, I know, I can't remember, Roz, where you live, but where you guys live, do you do the time change stuff, the spring ahead and the fallback for daylight savings time? You did all paper pumpkins last Friday night. Oh, that's right. Yes, the scrapbooking event that I wish I could have went to, but I got a whole bunch of stuff done here. A whole bunch. My niece came over. She helped me organize some things. We got some stuff up for sale. Yes. All good, right? You got to have those days. I got to stay home once in a while. I mean, not that I go a lot of places, but I've been really helping my friend. So we went over to Christina's house and I helped her paint on Thursday night until like 11 o'clock at night. And so that's fun. Like, just things like that. So, but anywho, gosh, I think that's about it for like updates. Don't forget that it's still, let me grab the flyer. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I've got my Crystal Light too. What are you guys drinking? This is strawberry orange banana Crystal Light. It is the bomb diggity. Yes. Oh, and this mug. So I drink out of this. It's the Pioneer Woman mug. So this is my mug that I drink out of all day long. I'll drink 5 of these. They're like a quart, so then I get my goodest stuff in. Yeah, water. Good. Pepsi. I could have guessed that one, Kathy. All right. So let's not forget about the DSP sale. I will show you guys this flyer. Again, I'm sure you know, but I hate it when people say, I didn't know about that. And Dr. Pepper, ice water. Yeah, if I have regular water, it needs to be cold. Like, I love cold water. Coffee, Diet Pepsi. If I drink like Powerade or like my Crystal Light, I don't care. But if I drink Powerade or like the Vitamin Zero water or anything like that, I don't want it cold. Like, I am not an ice person. And I have to have a straw. Oh, I know, save the planet. But I just cannot bring myself to take my own straws anywhere. But anywho. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys around. And hopefully I have... Oh, you guys will be able to see when I turn the camera the other way. So I showed you the flowers that I had last week. And I started hanging some of them up because I have a really cool project I want to do. So it reminds me of when I was a kid and I would hang my flowers up. Oh, you guys see my stand. Oh, shoot nuggets. Let me see if I can adjust it. Oh, there you go. So there's some of the flowers are still in the container down there. But there, you can see it. Now I'm going to flip you guys down. So don't pay attention if this makes you woozy. Woozy. Ooh, goodness. Let's see what we got going on here. I think I gotta adjust my lights. My lights again. That looks better. That looks a little better. Okay. Let's move this stuff up. Alrighty. Let's see how that is. A thermal Yeti. Yeah, I've heard those Yetis are pretty good for that stuff. Okay. So, we've got our lights. Let's move that back. So, here's the host code if you want to order from me. Now, really? So, it's elizabethgiles.stampin. I mean, you can find it, and I'm going to plug it again. But definitely use this host code. Right now, if you order, the Designer Series paper is on sale. So 15% off select designs, right? Awesome stuff. We've been using the Designer Series paper. I don't think I used it this this time, which is weird. Usually when there's a promotion, I'll use it nonstop. So check that out. It ends on Saturday. It ends on Halloween. All right. So that's good. Now, I do prizes, right? So if you use this host code by December, oh my gosh, October 31st, you are going to get your name entered in to win the little ladybugs. This is a brand new set. And the dies. Okay? So these dies are super cool. You cannot get either of these anymore. And the dies, and well, the stamp set was exclusive to Celebration if you hosted a $300 party or more. So anybody can be entered in to win. There is no minimum order. If you order $150 or more, do not use this host code. You will still get the credit, okay? But you will have your own party. Party! Party! All right. So that is the spiel for ordering. I did have one person order. Well, I've had more than one order. But one person ordered and they did a no contact. So if you can tell me what you ordered, then you can get put in for this drawing. But otherwise, I don't know who you are. So please, if you ordered, tell me who you are. Otherwise, I can't enter you into the drawing. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So, speaking of drawings, I have a couple winners. So for last week, for commenting, Barb Borkart, you win these awesome sequins. Yay. And then and I just cannot get this position right. Sorry, I keep messing with it. For sharing, Sean Kirschbaum, you are the lucky winner of this card kit. Yay! So I will get those out in the mail. Now, everybody should have I've gotten caught up. I just have 2 prizes here yet from a few weeks ago. One is for Gail, and Gail, I wanted to make a long card, so I am getting this out to you. And the other one is for Diane Meyer. So I got to get that to you as well. So everybody else's should be mailed. If you were a winner and you think that I forgot you, call me out on it, okay? Because I miss things sometimes. I am a horrible shipper. You guys need to know that I did just purchase a shipping scale so that I can do all my shipping from home and I will have no excuses, right? Right? Okay. Nonetheless, I wanted to share with you guys, I had accidentally ordered a duplicate of something. So if you share this video, you will get entered in to win these greenery embossing folders. So it was accidental duplicate order on my part, so you guys will definitely love that. We used this one right here last time. Let me grab that card again. It's right here. So we used that right there. See? So, if you share this video, then, and you have a week, you know, until next week, make sure to also comment share. All right. So that's going up there so I don't lose it. So tonight's cards that we're going to be making are going to, oh, hold on. Not yet. I told you guys I've been doing this demonstrator only swap, right? And I keep getting these awesome little thank yous. So let me show you a couple of these. So this cute card. Look at this, right? It just says thanks. And then Elizabeth, thank you for organizing the swap. I can't wait to get all the cards. Looking forward to meeting you sometime at OnStage. Love, Sherry. So this is super easy, super cute. It's a regular card. You know, like if it opened all the way up, is the same size. So very cute, very cute. Thank you. Now let's look at another one. Thank you, Peggy. Oh, these were from Sharon. So this was in a goodie bag she gave me. And I just wanted to show you guys, like, we used these. Oops, am I tall enough? We used these last week. I showed you those cards. So that's one of the cards, and she just made a little notebook out of that. And then Post-it notes, which I love Post-it notes. So these are going to go right there. So I utilize those. And then here we have, this is from Robin. She's a fellow demonstrator. Look at this. So grateful for someone like you in my life. So here's the gilded faceted gems, I believe they're called. We're using those on our card tonight. So just a nice card there. And this was not from the swap, but you guys, do you remember when I did World Card Making Day? So this is from Stephanie. She was the organizer of the World Card Making Day. And you know, I don't even know what stamp set this is. It's super cute though. Like really. And it's so nice. And then just this one little gemmy here. And she said, thank you for being part of my World Card Making Day. And she made me this cute little charm. So this goes on your scissors, right? It's a scissor charm. And it says, oh, can you guys see that? It says Elizabeth. And then she put one of our red rhinestones in there. How cool, right? And then it says World Card Making Day. I mean, I just thought that was really awesome. So that was really fun. Her name's Stephanie. She's from Canada. So I got some Canadian mail. All right. So those were the ones that I had to show tonight. Now, let's get to the bump and grind, right? I'm going to zoom out just a tad. Okay. So, back to the colors. So I did this color challenge, and I think anybody can join it. It's called, is it called Stampin' Up Color Challenge? Something like that. And I found it on Facebook. It was just a suggested group from Facebook, and I really like it. That was the one that I did with the pine cones with all those funky colors. So their challenge was Bumblebee, Early Espresso, Granny Apple Green, and Cajun Craze, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this Granny Apple Green, I mean, that color just, I don't know, it's kind of bright, but I really love what I came up with. So hopefully you all like it too. We're going to start with the more complicated card first, right? Because why not? And it is kind of summer, fall. It's supposed to be fall here, right? It's supposed to be fall, but it's not very fall-like. I didn't organize this very well. I apologize. Because I made the second card. I was doing this. Here, I'll show you guys the envelope. I was doing this last night, you know, because I wanted to stay up until like midnight and then go to work at 8 a.m. And I'm crazy, so why not? Why not? All right, so I don't have anything pre-cut. We're going to kind of go through that, but it's not that I don't have the design. I just don't want to show it to you. There's a difference. All right, so our card base is going to be Bumblebee. Okay, so we're going to get a piece of 8.5 by 11. Bumblebee is one of our new in colors. It's so perfect. It coordinates very well with these fall colors. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're taking a whole piece of the 8.5 by 11, right? And since we're making a slimline card again, I'm kind of hooked on them. I really like them. It is going to be 8.5 by 7. So we're going to go ahead and cut this at the 7 inches. That's why my thing was out. Hello, Elizabeth. 7. So remember, dark is death. So that cut. Now we're just going to slide this over to 3.5, and we're going to score it. Now what you're left with is this piece, and I want to do like a mat on here. So when you fold this, you're ended up with 3.5 by 8.5, and I want to go 1/4 of an inch in. So we're going to cut this mat at 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And that'll give us the perfect mat. So out of one piece of 8.5 by 11, you're going to get your card base and your mat. Does that make sense, you guys? I hope so. All right, let's get our bone folder here, and we're going to give this a good crease. All right, now before we go any further, you guys, I'm going to stamp the inside so that I can set that aside and not mess it up. So the stamps that we're using is the sunflower one. It celebrates sunflowers. It comes with these awesome dies, so you can cut out the sunflower and the leaves, which I will show you. And I love it when you have images and words together. So we are doing the thanks a bunch, and then congratulations on reaching a new level of wonderful. Oh yeah, I don't have those in there. Duh, Elizabeth. They're on these blocks. So on the inside of the card, we're going to stamp. Now, how many people have this amazing sunflower set? I mean, it is just gorgeous. Just going to stamp that in the corner, tone on tone. Oh, that is just beautiful. We used this set a couple weeks ago, I think. And then we're going to use the early espresso and stamp in the middle. Now, I'm just going to off-center this just a tad since I have that lovely flower coming out of the side. What do you guys think so far, huh? I'm going to go ahead and stamp my name on the back right away, because if I don't do it, I will forget. And if you don't have a name stamp, that's okay. You can use just like a copyright Stampin' Up. You have to use a copyright if you sell it. If you're giving it away, you don't have to, but it's kind of cool just to put a little something on the back. All right, so this is the inside, so we're going to go ahead and just set that guy aside. Now let's focus on the front. So here is our front mat, and this is longer than our typical, right? So I want to emboss it, but Liz, how are you going to do that, you say? Well, we're going to go ahead and shove this all the way in. Oh yeah, we're using my favorite embossing folder, the Pinewood Planks. Ooh. So you can see how in between these, there's just like this slight groove. So if we shove this all the way over to the side, we're going to just have this little bit left to emboss. Now let me get out the machine. So if you guys remember, I dubbed this the machine. It is so amazing. We are just going to, this is an old embossing folder, so it gets run through just a little bit different than what it tells you on here. So it's just one thing and then one plate. Can you guys hear how smooth this is? It is so smooth. Like, it's like butter. It's so great. I'm so happy with this design. Okay, so what I wanted to show you here is when you take it out, See how there's a ridge here, and then there's this. You will just turn this right around, and you're going to bring this all the way to the side and close it, and then run it through again. Okay? So since this is a half a wood plank at the end, oh, we're just getting started, Dawn. Since this is a half a wood plank at the end, this little piece here looks like it's a full piece of wood, right? So it actually works out really well when you have it all the way to the end. So look at, there's our long piece, even though our embossing folder wasn't that long. All right, let's sandwich this guy back up. Go to your home. I like to always keep my plates, if I'm using them, just right in there. Okay, so you guys know how I like to kind of bring out this roughness, this texture, right? So we're going to use a sponge dauber and just our Bumblebee ink. Bumblebee, Bumblebee. And let's get, this ink pad is so very juicy. And we're just gonna go over it. Look at how dramatic that is already. Let's clue you guys down further. All right, check that out, right? And you can add as much or as little ink as you want. I like to get a little bit more on the edges, just for like that vinaigrette look. Vinaigrette, is that what it's called? Where it's kind of like darker on the edges. All right, check that out. It looks like a totally different piece of paper. Like that's the normal. And then that's the whoo, woo, look at that. Okay. So, like I said, we're using these colors. Now, of course, I wanted to do a blends. Like I wanted to use blends on this, but the Stampin' blends do not come in Bumblebee. The Stampin' blends do not come in Early Espresso. I know. What is a girl to do? Well, I will tell you what a girl is to do. A girl is to compromise and to use what she has. Because that's what we do. Right, ladies? We do what we need to do. We do everything that is needed to be done. Okay, I'm just looking for a scrap piece of white. Like I said, I didn't prepare this the best. I plan on getting butter. That's what my journal's for, right? That's thick white. I don't need thick white. All right, so I apparently do not have a piece of scrap white that's big enough, so I'm just going to cut this. And I'm just cutting it into fourths because I know about how much I need. So since we're going to use blends, what ink pad do we need to use when we stamp? Okay, pop quiz. Pop quiz. We're going to be using the sunflower and then the two leaves, okay? Because the sunflower has to have leaves. It's Memento. So we are going to stamp in Memento ink. And we need 1, 2, and then flip it over. 1, 2. So look how cool that looks, right? Right? That is a correct answer, Sean. Hey, Kathy Brost. So in the Stampin' Up! World, it is Memento ink. It's our Memento black. Now, if you were using just markers, you could use StazOn. That is a permanent black ink as well. Now, we had discussed how we're going to use these awesome blends, which I gotta get out here. But we don't necessarily have the blends, like for the colors that we need. So Bumblebee, I grabbed the marker. Early Espresso, I grabbed the marker. Granny Apple Green comes in the blends. Cajun Craze comes in the blends. Oh, I don't know why I have that one. We don't need that. And then I brought in this bronze color. So it's not really a Stampin' Up color, but it's a way to kind of add some color to there. All right, so first things first, we are going to color the whole thing with Bumblebee. So what I like to do is I just go around the edge. And then the inside kind of gets messed up. Sometimes I feel like I'm left-handed. Sometimes the way I hold things. I don't know. Because left-handed people are special, right, guys? My husband's left-handed. Don't tell him I said that. I know a couple of you guys are left-handed. Right? I know Kathy Larson is because she can never cut using my scissors. Sean, are you left-handed? I can't remember. You guys are probably answering already and I can't see. Sandy. Sandy's left-handed. Oh my goodness. Some creative people out there, right? So this sunflower is super easy. You don't have to stay in the lines, but you'll see when we cut this out. Don't worry, there's dies for it. But when we cut this out, it'll have a white border. So I don't want to smudge it up too much. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a sunflower, for crying out loud, right? So we're going over the whole thing. And you're like, but Liz, the middle, why are you doing the middle in yellow? And I'll tell you why. Because I needed that yellowish tint to the inside. I did use just the olive and I used the bronze color, but it just didn't have the right hue to it. So I found by doing the Bumblebee, it gave a better hue to the sunflower center. Oh, yes. We are in our right mind. I can do many things with either hand. I used to be able to write really well with both hands, but I don't know how good that is anymore, so I'm not going to even try it on camera. Okay, and then I'm using the bronze, and the bronze goes over the whole middle. So this is what it looks like without the yellow, so you can see how just that tinge of yellow really makes it the color of what I'm looking for versus that color right there. Okay, and then to bring in our early espresso, because that was one of the challenge colors, let that dry a little bit. We're just going to come in and we are going to just stipple. I think that's the right word. You guys know my vocabulary is like odd. So let's see. And then in the inside, I probably should have let it dry a little bit more. So that's probably my fault. It looks kind of splotchy, but you guys will see the finished product and you'll be able to see. Okay. So ignore the inside. It looks kind of odd right now. All right, let's go into the leaves. So we're going to bring just the Cajun Craze onto the petals. I started with the dark, and we're just going to highlight like the really dark points. Hands, Daddy's hands. I got the music on in here tonight. Daddy's hands. It's like this old country station. If you guys haven't, I can't say her name. If you have a Alexa and you tell her to put on WLJY, even though that's not the right station, she will pull up this station. I think it's based out of like New York or Pennsylvania or something like that. But they play this older country and it's just great. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm trying not to take up all of your time, but really, it's not nice outside. It's dark. It's miserable. I don't know if watching me color is more or less miserable, but you can kind of get the gist of it. I gotta just turn this. It's hard when you have the light shining on you. So my grandpa, when I was growing up, he would always have the polka on. I cannot sit and listen to polka though. Nope, nope, nope. It looks alive, right? Yes. Okay, so that's the dark color. Now we're going to come in with the light color. And we're just going to add, and I'm using the brush side, and we are going to go right over the top of some of this, just to get an additional color. And I was a little skeptical at first when I started to utilize these colors together. I'm like, I don't know, Cajun Craze can be kind of dark. But I found that it was sort of muted when we were using it with this yellow bumblebee. So what, like when you guys went over to your grandparents' house or cousins or whatever you did when you were younger, what was one of the memories that you remember from going over there? During the holidays, my grandma and grandpa, they always had nuts. So we would sit there and crack walnuts and stuff and open them up. That's one of the things I always remember. And we used to have big, huge barn gatherings. You'd run around for hours. Your parents didn't know where you were. And somewhere along the line, you knew it was time to eat. And you were able to run around and do whatever. And one time we went into the pond. That was not a good choice. But anyhow. Yeah, so see how easy this is? I mean, I am really just following the lines that Stampin' Up! Gave me on this sunflower. And adding in some dimension. Not too complicated. Playing cards. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Jan. And you look now, like, and these seniors get together and they play cards and all that kind of stuff. And I just love that. Like no offense if I just called somebody a senior, but I just think, you know, like the senior center here in town. And I don't know if that's going to be something that will be around when I get older or something like that, you know. I'm just bringing in a little bit more dark. That did not turn out, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so the outside of the flower I really like. So yeah, look at that, right? Now for the leaves, I only use the 2 colors for the leaves. And so traditionally what I like to do, and I don't know why I do it this way, but it's just how I color. I go in with the dark and put it where I really want it. Just splash it around. So if I was only using, you know, the strict colors, and then I
I go in with the light and I go over the whole thing and I blend that dark in, right? So you get that nice coloring, nice saturation with both of those. It's where you get the light and the dark blended. And that's kind of what you have to do to get the blended colors. Whereas on the sunflower, we weren't blending because we were using the marker. All right. So there you kind of go over it a little bit more. And then just to make a little bit more definition, I like to go back in and just do a definition on a couple of them. And I don't know if it's very defined on here, but you know, it does add a little bit. Okay, so those are our images. Now we're going to get the machine out again. Let's set our sunflower off to the side. And grab the machine, the machine, the machine, the machine. Now, I am using the magnetic cutting pad. I do not know, and I should have looked. I know they were having some people were having some issues with the magnetic, so I'm not sure if it's even orderable right now. I can tell you so far, I am not experiencing the issues, but Stampin' Up! Is true to their word. They are very in focus to what products they offer, and if it's causing havoc for several people, they will pull it. They won't sell it. They will make sure that they are selling a good product. So I'm using it, but if it's not available, I do apologize. Now, I had a good way of finding where this lined up. This is a long, oh, there it is. So I am lining up this longer one with this longer piece that sticks out. So you can see, and this will like pretty much cuddle. So look at that, right? So you pretty much go right around the image, and then with the leaves, the one really nice thing about this, so I can't wait, like if they do have it on discontinued, is it's a whole magnet, right? So you're not just, like on our other magnetic plate, it would jump around if you had a couple of these dies by each other, and this doesn't jump around. So let's go ahead and run this through. And your Big Shot will not slide around like this. I have a piece of paper down from where I was coloring. Your Big Shot. Oh my gosh. Somebody fire me. Your machine will not jump around. Okay. And then we just got to run it through one more time for the other leaves. So we're going to leave that all straight down. There before I do, don't give up on me. All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let me put these back so I don't lose them. This isn't my set. Although, as much as I'm using it, I might have to purchase it from her. Okay. I'll put her dies on a magnetic thing. She'll like that. All right. And we'll take this. Boom, boom. Easy peasy. Now get off the plate and onto my workstation. There we go. This is so heavy, even though it's just like that big. I'm surprised at myself every single time. Right, Kathy? The machine. The machine. All right, so here's our pieces. Can anybody envision yet what we're doing? We need 2 more pieces and then we can assemble the front. So we got to bring in Cajun craze. Oh my gosh, we got to be able to talk first. Cajun craze somewhere. So we're just going to grab a scrap piece of Cajun craze. And we're going to cut it to 1 inch by 8 1/4. 1 inch by 8 1/4. Which is the same length as our bumblebee. I don't know why I'm so particular about this, but all right. And then the other thing that we're going to need is we need a piece for our saying. Just gonna steal the card and see how long that was. Okay. So like 1 inch by 5 1/2. All right. So there's the last 2 elements. And we're going to do something to this that a lot of people hate. We are just going to crumple it right up. Now, if you want, you can go like this first and break some of those fibers so it's not so hard on your hands. That's a great little tip. You can use a bone folder to do that as well. So you can break the fibers right like this. Okay. And then it makes crumpling it up easier. Because this is a fall card, right? Fall has lots of texture, lots of things. We're going to just wiggle it back and forth, get some of those layers loosened up, and you will see what I mean. Look right here. Do you see? Maybe you can't. Boom. Boom. There we go. So those layers start coming apart and it gives you this extra textured look on the edges of your paper. All right, so when you crumple it up like this, it's gonna naturally get shorter. So even though I cut this to the same length of this, it's shorter. Okay, so this is gonna go down here at the base of our card. So let's go ahead and glue that on. Since we have lots of texture going on here, we're gonna use this awesome green glue. Affordable, easy to use, gets in all the nooks and crannies. It sets pretty quickly too, but it does give you a little room to kind of play around with it as well. So, and I don't want to go like this and straighten it out because then it'll lose some of the crumpleness. That's a word. Yep. Crumpleness is definitely a word. All right. That's perfect. Now our saying, so we're going to use that thanks a bunch. And we got to bring in early espresso. We're going to stamp that down here towards this end. And then we're going to use, definitely a word, thanks Leanne. We're using this, label punch. I don't know. But you can punch 3 different sizes on here. I'm doing the 1 inch size. So we're just going to shove that all the way in and punch. And you get this amazing end. And it's okay, however long it is however long it's going to be. You can trim it afterwards. So we're going to bring this up. Dimensionals! It's time for dimensionals. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We are not going to go lightly on these dimensionals. We want this to be a sturdy piece going all the way across. Our sunflower and leaves are going to end up sitting upon it. So let's bring this here. And we're going to bring it just a little bit that way because we want to have a little gemmy in this corner. Try not to Oh, I don't know if you guys could see that. Try not to line up with this bottom edge. You want to line up with this edge. Oh gosh, let's put this ink away. Oh, that was scary. We've got this pretty card. Pretty card. All right. So our sunflower is going to go right on here, but it's going to overlap. So you can kind of figure out which way you want your sunflower to go. I don't know. I think I like it this way. And so what I did is I added just a couple dimensionals to this side because the other side's going to get adhered to our label. Alexa just turned off my music. Oh, now she's back. That was weird. She is a character. I think I had a conversation about her last time and she heard me. All right. So we're just going to add some glue right there. All willy-nilly like. Perfect. Perfect. Woo, what are we thinking so far, guys? All right, then you want to bring in your leaves. Now this is where I really like to bring in a little added dimension. So we're going to have a big leaf down here. And remember, we have a border yet, so if this hangs off a tad, it's okay. We'll bring in a little leaf. Oh my goodness, did I not go through glue the last time we were chit-chatting too? And then I want to bring in, like I said, we're going to add some dimension with these leaves. We're going to bring in this little one and tuck that under. This big one is going to go on top. Perfect. And then this guy here is going to go on the other side and get tucked up underneath for that dimension as well. Okay, so check that out. Let's add this guy to our card base, which remember the inside is this. Woo! Let's empty this puppy out. Lots of texture on here. Thank you, Eunice. All right. And we will just hold it. Hold it for a moment because we love this. We love this. And then, of course, you have to add some sort of embellishment. Like that is a necessity. So we have the gilded gems. These are gold and they come in 3 different sizes. So small, medium, and large. We're going to put the large one down here in the corner. And then add, I think I did the medium one up here and the small one over yonder. And that just adds a little bit. Now, we do not sell envelopes for these slimline cards, so I just bought envelopes, standard envelopes. These are really cheap, but not a lot of people keep the envelope. So I just bought these Wally World. They might be a little bit too cheap. I might have to add in a piece of paper or something. But then you can just stamp the outside with whatever you want. Let me clean this. All right, and we're just going to ink it up. We should have did this at the same time of the inside. Bam. All right, so this is the card and the envelope. What do you guys think? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate the nice comments. Oh, yes. So this is the other one, so you can kind of see how this sunflower looks. It's a little different, right? We'll zoom in a little. Boom. So I like this middle better than that middle. But, you know, I was testing on this, so who knows if I'll even be able to redo that. Oh, and this, I did the other side of the embossing folder. So you can see how different that looks too, right? All right. Okay, so I have one more card for y'all tonight, and we are using the same color combo. So Granny Apple Green, Cajun Craze, Bumblebee, and Early Espresso. Let's move these babies out of the way. And it's just going to be a really simple card. Also, if you are in my swap, you may or may not get one of these. So I am trying my darndest to get out little thank yous, but there's a lot of stuff going on before next week. Okay, so we're doing a 3x3 card. I love that stamp set. Yes, Christina, because it's yours. Thank you. Thank you. So this is a 3x6 inches. So when you make 3x3 cards, get the 12x12 cardstock. You're going to be able to cut that. So if you have 12x12 cardstock, right? 12x12, you do 3, 6, 9, and then in half, right? So 3 inches, 6, 9, 12. So you would get, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards out of a piece of 12x12. So that is the best way to get the most out of your cardstock. We are using on this card, it's called Banner Year. So this coordinates with, I believe, the punches we just used. It might be a bundle. So it's made to, like, you know, do banners, right? So we're using the fall ones. Now there's lots of different images in here that you can use. So you can use this concept to make whatever kind of 3x3 card you want. And let me find where did I set the little stamps? Oh, there they are. Photopolymer. So we are using the squirrel, the leaf, the acorn, and then the happy fall y'all on here. So the first thing we want to do is make this plain cardstock pretty, right? So we are using the same colors, remember? So let's use our bumblebee. We're doing tone on tone again. I must really like the tone on tone with the bumblebee color. So just all over the place. You are designing your own designer series paper right now. Speaking of designer series paper, don't forget there is that sale going on right now. Which is a lot easier than doing this. Obviously, if you are doing this on a whole ton of cards, it'll take a little bit. So the designer series paper might be your better bet. All right, so there we created our background. So really easy peasy. Ah, the other banner punch. Shucks. Well, nonetheless, it was an aha moment that I had. Aha. All right. Next, we are going to just take a piece of thick. So I like to use the thick Whisper White sometimes. When I'm using the punch, I feel like you get a better, crisper edge. So I'm not sure if the rest of you guys feel that way. It's just something that I do. We are going to use the acorn with the Cajun Craze. And then, of course, our squirrel is going to be Early Espresso. So we're going to stamp our squirrel first. And we want to leave it so that we get a circle at the bottom. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Because these guys are not going to be in the middle of our circle. They're going to be towards the top. All right. There's those two. Now we are taking a 2-inch punch. The 2 1/4 was too big and the 1 1/2 was too small. So the 2-inch was perfect. I had to dig it out of some other supplies. All right, we are punching him. So he's sort of at the top, more in the top half than the bottom half. Boom. So do you see? Like there's really no frayed edges at all when you use the thick white and you do your punching. So I hope that's a tip that you guys enjoy. And then the last piece we have is just this Happy Fall Ya All. This piece is, what, a 1/2 inch wide? Yes. And we're doing a tone on tone for the saying as well. So Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green cardstock. Now this cardstock, when you use it with bright colors, it's pretty bright. When you use it with these muted colors, it does tone down, like by its own. And we're just going to take a snip and cut that off. You could measure it out if you wanted to, but that's easy enough. It's just a piece of scrap. So we already have all of our elements. We're going to bring in this Bumblebee gingham ribbon, which coordinates perfectly with all of our stuff. So this is just going to get tied around our card. No trick to this. We're just tying. Tying it in a knot. Oof. All right, and snipping it. And then this is gonna just squeeze right over to the side. So you can shuffle it over. Now we're using our squirrel. He's gonna go right down in there. And you don't want it like sticking all the way down. Actually, I think I want to bring this down a little bit more. There we go. So just so that it is reaching the bottom of your ribbon. I think I need it down a little bit more. He's just a little bit too towards the top for me. There we go. So kind of off-centered. It gives this a little bit more room to play the pattern. And then basically we're just adding this dimension. Where's my mini glue dots? Where's my mini Stampin' dimensionals? Minis, where did you go? They jumped ship. They jumped ship. I have a whole ton of them. Here they are. They're under the card. Mama. And since this is going over ribbon, I want to make sure that I have enough and it doesn't like collapse on the ribbon. You know, sometimes the ribbon doesn't hold it down very well. So yes, we put 4. And then we're just going to go right over the top. There you go. Right? There we go. Cute little 3x3 cards. And like I said, you can use this stamp for as many of these. You could do the Halloween. There's a pumpkin here, a spider web. There's a hat. You could put the hat on the dove. I mean, there's just lots of different sayings and everything. So you can make this in all the different seasons. Is the squirrel? It looks like a skunk. Oh. It could be a skunk too, if you wanted it to be. Oh, yes. So, but anyhow, so those are the 2 cards that I made with this Stampin' Up! Color Challenge. I will be doing a blog post, so keep a lookout for that. I truly appreciate it when you guys visit my blog. If there's anything you like and you use Pinterest, please search for my stuff on Pinterest too. Anything like that, I truly appreciate everything you guys do for me. So I hope you enjoyed tonight. Let me just get out the other project here real quick and showcase that. if there's any needs from me that you need and you are currently not receiving them, don't be afraid to reach out. Constructive feedback is great. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. If you need anything else or have any other questions or concerns, you know how to reach me. Stampin' Unicorns. Blogspot.com is my blog. You can find me on Pinterest. We are obviously on Facebook. You can email me at stampinunicorns@gmail.com. I'm available. And then next week, I might do a Facebook Live on Sunday as well if I have enough time. Otherwise, I will be live next Wednesday. We will be in Madison. Brian will be at the hospital, and so I need something to do. So you guys will be my something to do while he is laid up. So thank you, Sandy. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Jean. So you guys enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. In Wisconsin, it's supposed to get up to like 45 or even 50 degrees on Saturdays. So enjoy. Have a good night, y'all.